this and what is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hey, I'm the host of the show today. Since we're waiting on Alexander the Great, he's not unfortunately in Florida right now. He's actually in Cincinnati, Ohio. He's actually in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'm actually running the show for tonight, which I'm very excited for. And I think we got a great show for us because last week was a bit rough, a bit crazy, if you say it. But I think this week, though, it's going to be a much better week. So let's go ahead and not let's waste any time. Let's get the show started right about Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Pain and Gain Pick'ems season. I think it's 8 or 9, episode 3, and we are in week number 3 of the 2024 NFL season. And last week was interesting to say the least. Tiny Tim, what were your thoughts on week 3? Before I get on my thoughts, tell everyone about your.
Well, how y'all doing? It's your boy Tiny Tim, representing America's team 24/7, 365. But one thing I couldn't understand is how a defense that was so dominant in week 1 ended up getting dominated in week 2. I mean, there was no way that we could stop Alvin Kamara no matter how hard we tried. I mean, those Saints marched up and down the field, and it just baffled us. It just baffled us. And it's not going to get any easier because Cowboys have another challenge, but we'll get to that later.
So before we do that, we actually forgot to do our introductions. We're waiting on Alexander the Great. Yes. So, yes, where is Pizzle? Where is him? And then I'm actually on his account right now, so that's why I'm wondering. So if you guys don't see me, I'm actually running the show today, but don't worry. We're just waiting on Alex. We forgot to go ahead and do our introductions. Let's go ahead, Tiny Tim, do your introduction first, and then we'll do mine.
Once again, it's me, Tiny Tim, your favorite armchair Cowboys fan, representing America's team 24/7, 365. How's everybody doing? Hope you had a good week. Hope you enjoyed the games. Got some very interesting matchups this week. And of course, I'm joined by the man representing the black and the gold.
And gold. Yes, sir. LC Muscle 20. That's me. The Steelers 2-0 Steelers. One of only 9 teams left at our 2-0. And I'm very excited to be here. I am excited to be hosting this show today because I have not hosted a show since the good old days of being in Pick'em.
It's been a good minute.
It's been a good minute. So, and we also got 17 live viewers so far. I'm excited to be on the show, but let's go ahead and say hi to the chat before we go ahead and get into my thoughts on week 2. So we got Gang Grace 33, Nova DP6, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Dashy, We got Hades Lord. It's in the
Oh, wait a
blood.
minute, wait a
And
minute.
Josh
If the Ashley's here, do we have it?
Do we have it? Let me see if we have it because I'm pretty sure we have it. Let me go ahead and
Sure we
see
have
if
it.
I can find it because I'm pretty sure we can find it right here.
Ooh, banana.
And yes, that took Alex 26 and a half hours to make.
26 and a half hours and worth every damn minute.
Yes, sir, it is. It's worth every damn penny. Hey, look, it's the fat ass Romy.
Romy, boy, Romy, my main man.
What's up, Romy? How you doing, man? Put down those cheeseburgers and how about you talk about some football for a second? Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not called Knockout. That's called Miami Beach. Get over it. And we also got Jack Bras in the house as well. Nova DP6. My day's going pretty good, even though it's been very long. I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. I went from one job
Wow.
to a training for a job to another job to the gym, and I'm finally here. So I am excited to talk about some football.
Oh my
But
gosh.
my thought for, oh yeah, I've been up since 6 a.m. and I probably won't get any sleep till probably about 12:30. So yeah,
Goodness.
it's been a long day, but I'll make it through. I got a ton of energy, I got a ton of good vibes, and I got a ton of great vibes this week because last week, let's be honest, even though some parts were actually hilarious, and I'll actually get to a funny story in a second, I was watching some of these games, and I had a few of my bets hit. I actually do have some of my bets hit. I went 11 and 17 in my bets for my pick'ems. I went up 2 points, so I actually did two better than last week. So I'm actually
Nice.
happy about that, and I had some good ones hitting out. Unfortunately, if Kenneth Walker played, then it would have been much better. But Kenneth Walker not playing did hurt a little bit, but Zach Charbonnet pretty much took Kenneth Walker's spot and got those touchdowns. But hey, it is what it is. I still made some money. But hey, I'm excited. A lot of crazy upsets last week, a lot of blown leads. But seeing the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals both 0-2 does make me feel really happy. And the Cincinnati and the Cleveland Browns looking absolutely terrible on offense also makes me very happy because it proves that the Steelers right now are the kings of the North. There was one video that Alex showed me, and it was pretty funny. If I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I think Urinary Tree did it, or someone did it, where it's like the Steelers, why they're AC North so far, and it's from Mario Party 2, where everyone just dies except for Luigi, which is the Steelers, whereas like Luigi does nothing and wins. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm happy about it. I was there in week 1. I got to see week 2, and it was a lot of fun. Kind of a hard game to watch, but before I get into that, I actually do have some things. I have one funny story and one thing where I need to get out of my chest. So let's get the rant out of the way first because these referees, I'm just going to say this right now. The referees from the quality of flag calling and quality of penalties from this year compared to last year has absolutely been terrible. It has made me completely lose my mind. To the referees, I got 3 words to say right now.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. These referees are absolutely dreadful right now. There have been more penalties called in weeks 1 and 2 of the NFL season than the first 6 weeks of last year. That's about 4
Pathetic.
times as many penalties being called 2 weeks compared to 1, the first 6 weeks last year. With these referees, I just don't know what else to think. And when I see a flag come on the field, this is my reaction.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's my reaction to almost every single flag. Even when I was in Atlanta, I was literally doing that. I was just like, I could not believe it. Like, I could not believe how bad some of these calls were made. And the players are thinking,
hello, you play to win the game.
but yet the referees don't let them do it. They just want to get in the way and make themselves the star of the show. I'm sorry, but how much are referees being paid for NFL games compared to the NFL players? $15,000 is the average game salary for a referee in the NFL. Compared to the average NFL salary, which is around $897,000.
Wow.
Who's really the star of the show here? The referees or the players? You make that decision for yourself. But also, one more. I have to do one more because whenever I also see a flag, this is another reaction I have.
Why?
Because these referees are terrible. Like, my God. I'm just like, I just can't believe it, man. And hey, do I have the Steve Austin clip? I actually do have that, and will be saying that for another one. But hey, we got a super chat. Let's go ahead and shoot the super chat real quick. Thank you, Joshua Cook.
Hey, Joshua.
Week 3-11. Hope things improve. And Casey versus everyone tonight. Go check out his channel if you guys have not checked it out. Yeah. But yeah, getting into my story though, this is more a funny story, and I want to get into that before we get into our picks. I actually had my brother over for watching the games this weekend, and almost every time Devontae Adams got a score, because my brother was playing against Devontae Adams, my brother was like this.
What?
And then he couldn't believe it. And then when Devontae Adams scored a touchdown,
Bitch, are you for real?
yeah, he got upset over everything. And then when it got close in his matchup,
Damn!
it got bad. He was going crazy over these games, and I loved every bit of it, to be honest. And it was funny just seeing my brother's reaction, because my brother, me and my dad did help my brother out with fantasy football this year, so it was pretty awesome. Oh, I don't think we have that one. Alex has that one on here. I've been looking for that one. I couldn't find it because I was trying to check some things out before the show started. But yeah, so funny stories. Oh, my brother definitely went a little too crazy with football last week. But hey, it is what it is. We're having a good time watching the football. But let's not waste any more time and go right into week number 3. And the first game we got is the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. This game is in the Meadowlands. And I'm going to go ahead and say my predictions is Alex unfortunately will not be able to do the bet this week, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to go ahead and make the guesses based off of me not knowing the sportsbook average. I'm just going off Yahoo Sports. 6.5-point favorites is what it says on Yahoo Sports. Let's see what it says on Hard Rock. It is 6 points, so actually it's off by half a point.
And according
sorry.
I was going to say, according to Yahoo Sports, it's 6.5.
That's right. So it actually is now 6 on the Hard Rock app. I know, unfortunately, the Hard Rock app is not available in all states. If you guys do want a referral code, I just go ahead and message me personally. If you guys have my Facebook, go ahead and message me personally. I'll get you guys set up on it, or on Discord. If you guys have me on Discord, I'm on the Apizzle90 Discord. If you guys do happen to know about Apizzle90 Discord, or if you've not been on Alex's Discord before, join the Apizzle90 Discord channel. It is where you'll have a super happy fun time, and you'll have a lot of fun being on the Discord. And it's got a lot of great things there, a lot of great promotions, a lot of great videos, questions a day, many things for you guys to do. And it's an absolutely great server to be a part of. But going ahead and talking about the lowest ticketed price before the referee. Lowest ticketed price for the Patriots and the Jets is only $99. Referee for the game is John Hussey. So, Alex's score before you guys go ahead. Alex's score is going to go ahead and be a final score of 20-15. Alex has the Jets over the Patriots. Tiny Tim, what are your thoughts for this game?
Okay. Jets, I think they did pretty good last week. New England is still in rebuild mode for I don't know how long.
They haven't made a playoff. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2010.
I haven't been to the playoffs since 2010. It'd be very nice. Very nice. Aaron Rodgers, we don't know how much longer that bad man has.
Bad man.
Don't know how much longer he has in this league, but of course he's going to be a Hall of Famer no matter what.
Of course.
And I'm just not buying the Patriots quarterback right now. I'm not buying him yet. So I'm going to take the Jets over the Patriots 27-20.
All right, so going into this game, it is Aaron Rodgers' true first start in New York because let's be honest, 4 snaps last year does not count. This is going to be Aaron Rodgers' real homecoming in week 3. This will be his first true homecoming. Let's just hope to God that MetLife turf does not get him once again. Please, please don't. No one seriously has gotten hurt from the Giants game. Let's just hope it carries over this week. But going into this game, the New England Patriots have lost in overtime to the Seattle Seahawks last week, which was a pretty close game. I was surprised Seattle kept it close. But New England, I will give them credit. Their defense has been playing a lot better than I expected to. And they've been playing better than many people expected it to. The offense has issues, especially with they just releasing Jalen Reagor, which definitely is concerned because their wide receiver room is already thin as it is. And I feel bad for Jacoby Brissett, former Dwyer Panther quarterback standout. He was actually on the 2009 state championship team where, get this, Dwyer won a high school football championship and a lacrosse state championship that same year. So if you guys are sports jumpy fans, pretty cool because I actually played lacrosse against Nick O'Leary, Matt Elam, who are former NFL players. Think about that. But
Wow.
Matt Elam, who are teammates of Jacoby Brissett, played lacrosse in their high school senior year. Hey, Birch, what are you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I feel bad for him because Jacoby Brissett has Hunter Henry, who Hunter Henry has a great young tight end, and he's very underrated. In regards to tight ends in general, he's very underrated. But when he's the top receiving option, it's going to be easy for the Jets to sniff that out. I think that the big thing for this game is going to be how the Jets realistically play a full game and have their offense compete. They've been able to get it done for many things, but to be honest, it's going to be tough to get it done against the Jets. The Jets did win their last matchup in New England last year, 17-3. But realistically, this game just screams under points. And that is actually my bet of the week is actually under. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up now. I'm actually going to say take the under. If you can find any sportsbooks app, under 43 points. If you could find that bet anywhere, it's on the Hard Rock app at minus 220. If you could take that bet, I highly recommend you take that because that is a great one. And I will correlate that with another play, and that is going to be Breece Hall rushing and receiving yards. If you guys can find rushing and receiving yards, I'll take if you can take it. Or if you can get Breece Hall 50 rushing yards, that's another good bet as well. So those two would be a good single game parlay. If you guys want to take that, those are my bets of the week for this game. Because I think that's easy money. Let's be honest here. That is both of those are easy money. I think the Jets will get the win. I think Aaron Rodgers will look good. I think he gets two passing touchdowns. He'll get one to Breece Hall, one to Garrett Wilson. I think both of them will have a good game. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets to win. I think that they will win this game. I think it's going to be a little closer than people expect. I'm going to say final score, Jets 20, Patriots 13. Give me the New York Jets to win this game. And I think that many people after this game will realize that the Jets may be the Jets for now, but in a few weeks, though, when the Jets really get really good, people are going to be saying, if I can find it right here, where is it? Come on, computer, work, please. They're going to be saying this.
The goddamn Jets.
Yep. So that's the Jets for it. We all three of us got the Jets this week. Yeah. Final score, Jets 2013.
Let's go. And don't forget, folks. That game is Thursday night on Prime Video, which means you'll have Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit on the call.
That's right. I forgot to do the commentators. Dang it! I gotta find.
Hey, I got it right here for you, bro.
Oh, you do? Perfect. Thank you, Tom.
I got it right.
Appreciate that. Yeah. If anyone wants to know the series history, there was someone asked about the series history on another chat. Series history: the Patriots lead at 74-55-1. The Jets have only won one of their last 16 matchups. But hey, it is what it is. I think Jets get it done and turn things around. let's not waste any more time. Go to the next game, shall we? We have the next game, which is let me go ahead and pull it up right here. The New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. This game is in Cleveland. And what I'm seeing right here on the Yahoo Sports app, it is 6.5-point favorites. And on the Hard Rock app, it is the same 6.5-point favorites.
Okay, hold up.
And with that being said, let me go up and pull my referee for the game and the lowest ticket price. Referee for the Browns and Giants is Craig Rolstad, and the lowest ticketed price, $85.
And the game is going to be on Fox. The broadcasters will be Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma.
All right, Jonathan Vilma. I like that pick. Jonathan Vilma. It was a good choice. I like that pick. And do you mind if I go first on this one?
Go ahead, my friend.
Here we go. Giants and Browns. Giants and Browns. Ugh. Talk about two teams that are just, they're so hard to watch. To be honest here, the Browns do lead the overall series 28-22-2. The last time these two teams played was in 2020, the COVID year. Browns won in New York, but the Giants won last time they played in Cleveland, which was in 2016. But here's the thing with both of these teams. Both offenses, led by Deshaun Cosby and by Daniel Jones, are absolutely terrible. And Mike Singletary has the perfect response for him.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't win with these players long term. You cannot win with these players long term because Deshaun Cosby, there's also a funny story at Tiny Tim. This was actually during the Cowboys game. I don't know if you saw this or not, but during a play where tackle Joel Patondo was on the ground, Deshaun Cosby was trying to pick him up after a play was over, and Joel Patondo goes to Deshaun Watson, "Go fuck yourself. I'll pick myself up." So you know there's drama going on in that Cleveland Clowns locker room. Wow. And yes, I could call them the Cleveland Browns because the Cleveland Browns are the definition of terrible. That sound effect represents the Cleveland Browns as a whole because the Cleveland Browns are generally terrible. But the Giants are not much better. Here's my question to Brian Daboll. How do you not have a backup kicker? Like, seriously, your kicker gets hurt within the first kickoff and you have nothing? The only reason why the Giants lost, and they're the first team in NFL history to score 3 touchdowns and allow no touchdowns and still lose in NFL history. They allowed 7 field goals to the Washington Redskins. Yes, I'm calling that not the Commanders because the Commanders' name is terrible. But the problem is, how do you let a team to kick 7 field goals on you and beat you? That's embarrassing. Giants are an absolute dumpster fire. I think they will try to get Carson Beck in the draft. I think that's their main goal, get Carson Beck to help out Malik Neighbors because Malik Neighbors is a stud. He's going to have a great future in New York. I think he's going to be the next star wide receiver in New York. But I think the Browns get it done at the end of the day. I think the Browns will get the win, but this game is insanely ugly. Another game where I have my best bet in, which is the under 43 points. If you can find that, take that bet. It's an easy bet to take. Give me the Browns to win this game, barely over the Giants. This game is going to be the definition of a dumpster fire. It's not my hell no game of the week, but I was considering it. But my final score is going to be Browns 19, Giants 13. Give me the Browns to win this game, unfortunately.
That is brutal. That is brutal. I will say that. Well, Cleveland coming off getting blasted by the Cowboys in week 1. They came back and won last week. Giants are just terrible. You just you can't win with Daniel Jones, and we don't know what kind of a what kind of quarterback Deshaun Watson we're seeing. I mean, it's just terrible. But Cleveland has a better defense, and I actually think it's going to be a little bit more of a scoring game here. This is actually. Now, what did you say the line was?
The overall, like for points or spread?
The spread.
Spread is 6.5.
Okay, 6.5. Okay, I got that. I'm actually taking this one as my point spread game of the week. I am taking yes, I'm going to Cleveland with the win, but I'm taking the Giants with points. Give me Cleveland 24, New York 21.
I like it. That's an interesting pick. I like that because it definitely provides something different. Because the thing is, I think the Giants do have some potential, but Dable being a clown as he is, I don't know how he's gonna not if he's gonna have two kickers. He's gonna be prepared. He used to be prepared, but now he's not. So I honestly don't know. I really don't. But let's go ahead. Oh, Alex's score. I forgot to give Alex's score. I'm sorry. Alex's score is actually close around mine. 21-10 he has for the Browns.
Aha.
Going into the next game is the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. This game is in Indianapolis. And for what I am seeing right here on the Hard Rock official app, the Indianapolis Colts are actually 1.5 point favorites on Hard Rock. And on the Yahoo Sports app, they're 1 point favorites. So they gained up half a point.
Yep.
Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay. It is it's the Bears and the Colts on CBS. Calling this one will be Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, and Jason McCourty.
All right, Jason McCourty. I like that. Jason McCourty and no, Tiki Barber did not play for either team, but the Colts and the Bears, and it's in Indy. The referee for the Bears and Colts is Adrian Hill. Lowered his ticket at price. What? That can't be real. Tiny Tim, guess how. All right, I want you to guess. How much do you think this game is going for?
Well, from what I see on my little printout here, they got tickets as low as $200.
It's higher than that.
What?
It just makes me go like I'm like this. I just
What? What?
How is it over $200? Do you want to know the price for this? $275. $275 for this game. And when I saw that, I'm just like this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Exactly.
And then,
Bitch, please.
Bitch, are you for real?
You for real?
yeah, that is the realest thing right there.
$275.
$275. Where is Walter? I am not sure. Water at? I'm not sure where he's at, but $275 for this game. Are you kidding? That's what Alex sent me. $275. Alex has the Colts over the Bears 23-20, but I just like I'm just so confused because I was looking for next week's game and they're not even that much. Like how? The Bears don't travel well. The Steelers do, not the Bears.
No, not the Bears.
I'm like, what? How? How is it $275? That it just blows my mind. But Tiny Tim, go ahead because I'm still trying to process this.
I'm still trying to process that too. Indianapolis at home against the Bears. Bears not doing too good. They're struggling, but still they got a young quarterback, and their wide receiver Robert Dunze is going to be out for a few weeks. It's on IR, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a huge hit for them. Because I thought Robert Dunze was going to be a great rookie receiver for the Bears to kind of bolster up that offense here. Meanwhile, on the Indianapolis Colts side, looks like Anthony Richardson is doing okay. So basically, it's a very low spread, 1.5. Of course, I usually take max philosophy, which is if it's almost a pick 'em or if it's like 1 point spread or anything like that, just go with the home team. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Colts over the Bears 27-24.
I'm honestly on the same boat with you, to be honest. And, this was a former Super Bowl rematch. This was the Super Bowl 41 matchup between
Yes,
the
it
Colts and Bears.
was.
So it was a Super Bowl 41 matchup. But realistically, though, the Chicago Bears, they haven't won in Indianapolis since 2008. And the Bears have only won 2 of the last 6 matches against them. The Bears, they played really inconsistently on Sunday Night Football against the Texans. I do think that Caleb Williams does have some promise, but it's going to take him time for him to realistically get going with the things. He's got some promise. I will give him credit. He looked good in the preseason, but when he's playing the NFL, he struggled offensively. I think he's going to have a good future. I think he's going to be a good quarterback for the Bears. He'll probably be the first 4,000-yard passer for the Chicago Bears. But here is not the game for him. They already got their first win. I don't see the Colts getting going 0-3 right now. I think the Chicago Bears, unfortunately, will lose this game. I think the problem with the Bears is I think they just need more cohesion and more time to work with each other. And losing Romo Dunze is going to hurt. But in the end of the day, I'm going to have to go ahead and take the home team. I'm going to take the Colts here to get this win. I think the Colts will win, but I think this game will be a lot closer than people expect. I think that the 1.5 definitely is a good judge of where they're going to be. But I think Anthony Richardson, it goes with my best bet. I'm going to say final score, Colts walk it off with a field goal late, 27-26. Give me the Colts. I think the Bears cover the 1.5, but I think the Colts will win outright. My best bet is Anthony Richardson over 40.5 rushing yards. He's hit this in the past couple of games, and I definitely think at this point he's going to play much better. I think they had a struggle against the Packers, but I think at the end of the day, I think that they're going to have a much better time playing the Bears than the Packers last week, because I think the Packers do still have the overall better team, but the Colts, I think they go get their first win and avoid going 0-3. Next game on the list. This has actually got a spicy one coming up next. It is the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. This game is in Minnesota. And for what I'm seeing right here on the official Hard Rock app, the Texans are a 2-point favorite. And on Yahoo Sports, it actually went up because Houston was originally favored 1.5. So who are the announcers signed in for this game?
Okay, for Houston and Minnesota, this is going to be on CBS. Calling the game will be Ian Eagle and Charles Davis.
So CBS team, nice. So pretty much their number 2 team.
And who's the referee?
Referee actually is a good one, Sean Hockley.
Very nice.
And for the Texans and the Vikings, the lowest ticketed price. How is this lower than Bears Colts? You guys want to take a guess of how much this one's going to be?
I see here on my printout it's 67.
It's higher than 67.
Okay, I'll say 100.
Right near it, $108.
108.
$108. That's a steal. You're seeing CJ Stroud in his prime. That is a steal. If you can go to that game, go to that game. That's a steal.
Yeah, $108.
$108.
Yeah.
Same here. I would too, to be honest with you. I would absolutely go to that game for fun. But Alex has the Texans over the Vikings 28-24.
I kind of going the other way a little bit. I'm kind of thinking Minnesota might pull off an upset, although this is not my upset special. I'm taking Minnesota 26-21.
Any reason why?
Well, Justin Jefferson, he's still a good, still a great wide receiver. Who else is their wide receiver with Jefferson? That's another guy.
Jefferson, it was Jordan Addison, but we don't know if he's going to be 100% healthy.
Don't know if he's going to be healthy, so I'm just playing on a hunch that Minnesota could do a good job on this one. I mean, Houston's going to make them work for it, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings over the Texans 26-21.
As much as I want to pick the Strouds and the Texans to win, Texans struggle historically in Minnesota. Do you want to know something interesting? The Texans have never beaten the Minnesota Vikings in their franchise history. They're 0-5. Minnesota has won every game against the Texans in their history.
But see, there's a difference. See, the thing is, there was a guy that was in Minnesota named Kirk Cousins. You like that?
Well, that's true. You like that. You do. But in Minnesota, though, Houston has been outscored by Minnesota by a combined 59. The score differential is 59-34. So they've been outscored by over 20 points on the road in Minnesota. So Minnesota technically is their house of horrors because they have not done very well in Minnesota. And I think the trend continues. I'm actually taking this game where it's not I'm not considering this my upset, but this is a game where I think Minnesota, you just beat a great San Francisco 49ers team. You just beat a really good San Francisco 49ers team. Sure, they may not have Demo Christian McCaffrey, but still, the 49ers are probably one of the best teams in the NFC. And now you're going against one of the best teams in the NFC. I think the Strouds do come back to earth a little bit, but I think that the Vikings at home are going to be too much for the Strouds to overcome. I think this is the Texans' first loss, and I expect the Minnesota Vikings to get the job done. And you know, I think gets the game-deciding sack. Former Miami Dolphin Andrew Van Ginkel. I think Andrew Van Ginkel gets the game-winning sack on CJ Stroud. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings, and it's a crazy bet, but yeah, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings on this one. My final score is going to be Vikings 27, Texans 17. I think the Texans, they did show their weakness against the Chicago Bears, and I don't think they're going to fare much better against the Minnesota. I don't think they're going to fare much better than the Minnesota Vikings. So 27-20. 27-20. Give me the Texans. I will take my favorite bet of the game is Kyrie Fairburn over 1.5 field goals. Kyrie Fairburn does great in domes, and I think he continues that trend. But the Minnesota Vikings, though, do get the win. I think that they get the job done on the at home and go to 3-0. Next game on the list, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, or as I like to say, the Philadelphia Chickens. I know Ty and Tim came up with. Actually, no, Ty and Tim, you came up with that, but still, we all love to say. Let's be honest here. Against the New Orleans Saints, this game is in New Orleans, and the New Orleans Saints. Let me see who's the favorite here. Oh, the New Orleans Saints actually jumped up pretty crazily. They are 2.5-point favorites. Originally, when the lines first came out before Monday Night Football, the Saints were actually 2.5-point underdogs. So they jumped the books jumped a whole 5 points in favor of New Orleans.
Wow.
So it's jumped over big. Who are the announcers for this game, Tiny Tim?
Okay, calling the game. It's going to be on Fox. Eagles and Saints on Fox. Joe Davis and Greg Olson.
Okay, so Fox B team. I like it. I like this one. And let me go ahead and pull this up. The referee for the Eagles and Saints is Scott Novak. And the lowest ticketed price for Saints and Eagles, $255. That sounds about right. I think that is right about that sounds just about right. But this game for me, Alex's score real quick. Let's go to Alex's score real quick before I go ahead and do my stuff. Alex's score is Saints over Eagles 27-17. Where is my thing? Yeah, hold on one second. Where is my mouse? Come on. Oh, there. Oh, there you go. There's my mouse. Okay. So, come on, work, please. Work with me. Okay, there we go. So for me, unfortunately, I could not decide who realistically was going to win this game. But, in cases like these,
I think I know where we're going.
I'm going to let fate decide.
That's right.
Let's go it. This is my coin flip game of the week. Yeah, that's right, folks. This is my coin flip game of the week right now. And yeah, I honestly couldn't tell who to pick here. I don't know which team is realistically going to come out on top. I think this is a very even game. With the Saints and Eagles, the Eagles do lead the overall series 19-16. The last two last time these teams played, the Saints won over the Eagles 20-10 in Philadelphia. And the last time they played in New Orleans, the Saints won in New Orleans. The Eagles have actually not won in New Orleans since 2007. Will trends continue?
Wow.
Will things get better? Will the Eagles buck that trend? Will the Saints continue their dominance at home? Will the Saints go to 3-0? It's going to come out with the coin flip. I'm going to go heads here for the Saints because that mustache definitely reminds me of Derek Carr a little bit. I don't know why. He definitely thinks he can grow that kind of mustache. And the tails is the Eagles because, yeah, the Eagles right now, they got their backsides whooped by the Falcons. So Tiny Tim, go ahead and count me down.
All right, my friend. 3, 2, 1. Baba Booey.
I got the Saints. Get me New Orleans to win this game. I think that the Saints will win, but I think the Eagles will cover. This is not my point spread game of the week, but I think the Saints will get the job done. I think the Eagles, I think their problems will continue. Their terror will continue in New Orleans. Final score, New Orleans 20. Actually, no, sorry. New Orleans 23, Eagles 22. 21, sorry. 21-23. Give me those Saints to win this game. The Saints don't score 40 again, but they get the job done.
All right, well, boy, those Saints really took down my Cowboys last week behind Alvin Kamara. Yeah, he was just he was the bomb last week with 4 total touchdowns, and of course that awesome receiver they have, Rashid Shaheed, which I call
Shaheed, man, he's really good.
He is one bad man with Jim. I gotta tell you that he was wide open on that one pass. Oh, it was so beautiful. It hurt me.
That was man. I was watching a game and we saw it live. I was like, wow.
And it seems like that the second half season troubles for the Eagles are almost kind of carrying over into this season here. But I mean, they still got the talent, but I don't know what the hell is going on with them chickens. But I'm going to take the Saints at home. Saints do very well against the Eagles when they're playing in the Superdome. So I'm going to take the Saints 35-33. But just the same, LC. I mean, since we're talking about the chickens, right?
Yep, I know where you're going with this one. I just gotta find
Mhm.
him. I
I
gotta
love the
find
guy.
Semiraromi. Yes, we gotta talk about Semiraromi. Here he is right now.
The Eagles
Yeah.
are so much better than the Eagles.
That's right. Yeah, the chickens are gonna be the chickens. Saints will get it done. I think we all are unanimous with this one. I think we're all unanimous so far. I think we're all unanimous so far. But yeah, you know what's crazy is I actually came up with a new fight song for the Eagles after that loss. And
Yeah.
I actually posted in the chat, and you guys don't mind if I say it right now, right?
I don't mind.
Here we go. This is the new Philadelphia Eagles fight song. Die, chickens, die. Our next stop is grocery. Die, chicken, die. Those big games. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cook 'em low, cook 'em high. Our motto is die, chickens, die. Die, chickens, die. Your next stop is grocery. CHICKENS, chickens.
I like
Yep,
that.
that's
I
the new
like
fight.
that.
I came up with that on my own. I cannot believe I came up with that. People were dying when I first came up with that. I thought it was funny, man. That was good. My favorite bet of the game is Alpha Kamara over. I forgot to do that. Alpha Kamara over 0.5 anytime touchdowns. Yeah, I know. I just came up with it within 5 minutes. Tree definitely put more time on his than I did. But hey, I think I'm still happy with what I did.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the next game, shall we? Next game is going to be. Ooh, it's my turn. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This game is in Pittsburgh. It is Pittsburgh's home opener. From what I'm seeing right now, the Steelers are 1.5-point favorites on the Hard Rock app. Let's see what they are on Yahoo Sports. Yahoo Sports, they are 1.5. So it's right on the money. Tiny Tim, who's announcing this game?
Okay, it's Chargers and Steelers. It's on
Yep.
CBS. And it's going to be the A team, Jim Nance and Tony Romo. Hello, friends.
Hey, that's awesome. We got Jim Nance and Tony Romo again. That's awesome. I love that. I hope it's the local game. I really hope it is. I'm pretty sure it will be because the Dolphins and the Seahawks, as you guys don't know, I'm in Florida, South Florida. Dolphins and Seahawks is at 4 o'clock, so I'm really hoping this is the local game. That'd be great, especially because it's Jim Nance and Tony Romo. Let's be honest here. And you got Jim Nance and Tony Romo. Let me go ahead and take a look at the referee for the game. Referee for this game is Alex Kemp. Okay, I'm hoping he does better than the last two.
Yeah.
And the lowest ticketed price for Steelers and the Chargers is $200. Alex has his pick, which is Steelers over the Chargers 21-17.
Nice, very nice. A little something I mentioned to LC before we went on the air live was a comment that was made by the legendary Steeler quarterback Ben Roethlisberger,
Yes, sir.
who basically said even if Russell Wilson gets healthy at 100%, he would still stick with Justin Fields. I mean,
Which I'm honestly fine with.
I think Justin is doing quite well. I mean, the Steelers are going to have a good season as long as they still well. So, and George Pickens is, of course, one of my favorite receivers in the league right now. So, and the Chargers are going to be coming in with a pretty good offense, and their defense is all right. I am going to take Justin Herbert, Quentin Johnson, J.K. Dobbins. I think I have J.K. Dobbins on one of my leagues. Can't remember.
You
But
do.
I'm going to go ahead. Justin Fields is doing all right. I think he's going to do well here. I'm taking the Steelers over the Chargers, 27-23. So you've heard what I said. We've told you about Alex. Now let's go to you, buddy.
My turn.
Yeah. You got
Actually,
your
before I
choice,
go ahead and
right?
do mine, I saw a comment here from Dashi, and I honestly agree. You know what? I'm doing it because I'm the host today. I'm doing it. The Steelers are mine. I won't do that often, but hey, I'm the host of the show. I can do it. This is the game of the week. My game of the week. Let's be honest here. This is
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. Dashi, thank you for that because I 100% agree. Now it's time for me to speak. If I could get myself solo, come on, let me get myself solo screen. There we go. Okay,
there you go.
Press the wrong button. Okay, so Steelers and the Chargers. The Steelers own the overall series 24-11 and 0. The Steelers have played pretty well, but the Steelers and Chargers have swapped back and forth the past 5 matchups. It's been alternating. Chargers have won the last 3. Pittsburgh has won 2 of the last 3. So it's been back and forth. And I think that trend continues here. But let me get into the reasons why the trend will continue for teams swapping back and forth wins. The Pittsburgh Steelers pretty much have one of the best defense in the league, if not the best defense in the league. The thing with the Steelers is we have one of the best defense in the league, and we went on a fantastic run defensively. In the last 77 minutes of football, in 77 minutes straight, we did not allow a single point in 77 minutes. In the last 90 minutes, we've only allowed 6 points. In 90 minutes of football, that's over a game and a half, we've only allowed 6 points. We went 77 minutes without allowing a single point. From the second half of the Falcons game, which I was at, to pretty much all the fourth quarter of the Denver Broncos game. That's impressive, to say the least. I think the Chargers will score some points early, but I think the Steelers will get the win. I think the Steelers' offense has been working really well with Justin Fields. I love the fact that Justin Fields has been able to move the ball consistently without throwing many incompletions. He has also another stat I want to bring up, and this is a very big stat that I like to talk about. This is something that only Geno Smith and Aaron Rodgers have in the league so far, and that is the least amount of turnover-prone passes in the league, which is 0.
Wow.
Even though Aaron Rodgers technically had 1, but Geno Smith and Justin Fields have the lowest at 0. And the lowest percentage, Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith, and Justin Fields are all in this top 3 for turnover-prone percentages. But, hey, I honestly, Blue Birch Vampire, here's my thing. The Steelers' defense has been insanely well. It does not matter who we're playing. We've been able to shut down these offenses. Yeah. The big thing with this game is I think the Steelers will be able to get to Justin Herbert, and Mike Tomlin does game plan really well against them. The one thing that the Chargers do have, which does scare me a little bit, is J.K. Dobbins. I think he's the only realistically threat that the Chargers have on offense. Lad McConkey and Quentin Johnson realistically are not that big of threats for me, to be honest with you. Our defense has been able to lock down pretty much any receivers that we faced so far. Our defensive secondary with Deshaun Elliott, Dante Jackson, Joey Porter Jr., and Demonte Casey have been playing beyond expectations so far. And I was thinking about considering picking the Chargers if it was the Steelers were playing really badly. But now the Steelers are doing really well, and our defense is playing this well. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. Yes, I know it's a home rush pick, but hey, we really don't. We got embarrassed last year in our home opener, the 49ers, 30-7. It's about time we get back to our winning ways. And I think the Steelers will get the job done at the end of the day. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will win, and I'm excited to see the Steelers get this win, especially at home. I think we're going to show out at home. My final score is going to be Pittsburgh 23, Chargers 16. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers win this game. And I think as much as I want to do it, even though I know I'm not picking the Chargers to win. Yes, I know. Hold on. Mouse, move. Work with me, Mouse. Come on. There we go. Come on, Mouse. There we go. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so even though I'm not picking the Chargers, I still have to play the Terminator just once because
Oh yeah,
it's funny to say the least.
yes, we love them.
But most Chargers fans are thinking this.
And now go Chargers, go.
At the end of the day, Mike Tomlin's got 4 words for you.
Right?
We do not care.
No, he does not. We do not care about the Chargers. Chargers are going to win next time. Not this time, though. Steelers get the win. We alternate. Remember, alternate. We're going to continue those alternate streak. We get the job done. 23-16. Chargers will win next time, but Steelers win this time. Next game on the list, we have the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is in Tampa Bay. If I forgot, my best bet for the game is going to be TJ Watt over 0.5 sacks. I'm just waiting for that to come up. Unfortunately, I don't have it right now. But when they do have it, go ahead and take that bet. Next game is the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But what I'm seeing right now, the Buccaneers are 6.5-point favorites on the Hard Rock app and on Yahoo Sports. The Broncos and Buccaneers, it is the exact same thing. Who is announcing this game tonight, Tim?
This game is on Fox, and interesting combination here. Tim Brando and Matt Millen.
I have not seen that combo out here.
I don't think so either.
I'll be here the next time you pick the Steelers to win again, despite what you said. Yeah, that's an interesting combo for the announcing team. For the referee for Broncos and Buccaneers, it's Allen. Allen is the referee for the game. And lowest ticketed price for Buccaneers and Broncos. It's the lowest so far we've seen this week, and I think it's the lowest overall this week. So would you guys like to take a guess on what this will be? This will be the lowest one all week.
From what I see here, 29.
Actually, a little higher than that. Is going to be $46.
46.
Buccaneers and Broncos, $46. Oh, man. You don't mind if I go first on this one, right?
Yeah, go.
Alex has Buccaneers over Broncos 28-14. For me, the Buccaneers, they've been impressive so far. Not going to lie, Buccaneers have impressed me, especially going into Detroit after last year's playoff loss and getting a win in Detroit. They impressed the hell out of me, man. And if it wasn't for Mike Tomlin, Todd Bowles would probably be my favorite coach in the league. He just does not give a shit what some of these people are trying to pull these gotcha questions on him. He does not play that game with them, and I love him for that. Todd Bowles is so awesome as a coach, man. Once Mike Tomlin does leave, I would love Todd Bowles to be our next coach. I'm saying right now, I would love to have Todd Bowles because Todd Bowles just does not care. He does not care what anyone has to think about him. Buccaneers are getting the job done. I think they're the upper echelon. I think one of the better teams in the NFC. They're definitely one of the better teams in the NFC right now. They're way right now the best team in the NFC South, and it's not even close. Broncos, they're bad. Let's be honest here. Their offense is terrible. Bo Nix, he has a lot of work to do, and he has a lot of things to get better with. He's still a rookie. I get it, but he's one of the oldest rookies I've seen in a while, since Brandon Weeden. I think Bo Nix will be fine, but it's not their time. The Broncos are going to get crushed by the Buccaneers. My final score is going to be Buccaneers 35, Broncos 17. Give me the Buccaneers to beat those Broncos. And you know what? Right now, I'm going to go ahead and do it because I've been messing up with pick. My locks have been tough though. Even though last week I got mine with the Chargers and Panthers, but I'm doing another NFC South team. But this time it's the one that's actually going to win, and that is my lock of the week.
And this is
interesting.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century or the week.
Yep, they're my lock of the century of the week.
Very nice, very nice. I'm pretty much echoing everything you said about this matchup. In Tampa Bay, they are looking pretty darn good. About a couple of years removed after Tom Brady left them, they're looking pretty good. Denver is, of course, struggling with a young quarterback. You're only as good as the parts around you. I guess the parts are not firing on all cylinders on here. But Tampa Bay's got a high-powered offense, which I think is going to dominate the Bronco defense. Give me the Buccaneers over the Broncos, 34-20. And I'm not just taking the Buccaneers. I'm going to lock them up myself.
Ooh.
Yeah, lock them up.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century or the week.
Hey, so both of us are on the locks for the Buccaneers. I love it. That is awesome. I love this, man. That is awesome. We both have our locks of the week. Let's go ahead and just lock them up. Buccaneers are a lock. Unfortunately, Alex's lock is not yet here yet, but it will be soon enough. Next game on the list. This game could be interesting. The Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. This game is in Tennessee, actually. Yep, it is in Tennessee. For what I'm seeing right here, the Titans are 1.5 point favorites. And let me go ahead and pull that out. Oh, and my favorite bet, I'm sorry. Broncos were up 7-3 in the series, and my favorite bet is Chris Godwin over 50 receiving yards. Should be easy money.
Take that.
But the Packers and the Titans, Tennessee is a 1.5 point favorite. So yes, who is going to be the announcing this game?
It's kind of weird that I'm going to be saying this. It's going to be Kevin Kugler and Daryl Johnston, a.k.a.
Moose. Yeah, we both had to say it that time.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, that's awesome. I love that. And the referee for the Packers and the Titans is Clay Martin, and the lowest ticketed price is going to be $174. And speaking of Alex's pick, Alex actually has this sounding the alarm.
What?
Yep, he has this as his upset pick of the week. Packers over the Titans, 28-21. Packers get the job done.
It seems like there is no love in Green Bay for a while now. So, and not really much to say here. Tony Pollard doing okay in Tennessee, which is still kind of weird to say.
Yeah.
But, hey, LC, do me a favor. Sound the alarm for me as well.
Oh, you're going with it too. You guys are both on the upset pick of the week.
I am taking the Packers over the Titans 26-21.
I like it. Me, this is not my upset pick of the week, but hard to disagree with both of you. The Titans do lead this overall series though 8-6, which makes things a little interesting. But this game, realistically, it's a tough one to call. The last time these two teams played in Tennessee was back in 2016, and the Packers got absolutely whooped by the Titans 47-25. When Marcus Mariota outdueled Aaron Rodgers. Who would have ever thought of that statement? I think Marcus Mariota was one of the backups to, I think, either Atlanta or I'm trying to remember where he's the backup of now. But how does he outduel Aaron Rodgers in 2016? That just makes no sense to me.
No, here goes mine.
It's just completely crazy. But me, I'm honestly gonna go with the Packers too. I'm gonna go with this cheeseheads. It's not my upset pick of the week because our upset pick of the week, mine's actually coming in a little later, and it's actually gonna be a juicy one. But Packers do get back, and they do avenge that loss in 2016, finally getting their first win in Green Bay since 2016. And I don't think the Packers have won in Tennessee since they were in Houston. So they've actually never won in Tennessee. They've actually never won in Tennessee. The last time they won was in Houston. And they finally bucked the trend. Oh, he's back up Janie Daniels Washington. Thank you. Thank you, Vampire Luke. But the last time the Packers won in Houston was in 92. They've never won in Tennessee. But they will get the job done in Tennessee. Their first ever win in Tennessee. My final score is going to be Packers 23, Titans 20. Give me the Packers to win. My pick bet of the game is going to be Josh Jacobs over 0.5 anytime touchdowns. Packers get the job done on the road. Go ahead and make my rest of my picks. And I'm just trying to update my Yahoo Sports and all my pickup stuff at the same time. ESPN bet, all that stuff I'm trying to update while running the show at the same time. It's a lot, but hey, I'm managing it the best I can. Let's go ahead and go into the 4 o'clock game, shall we?
All right.
It's the Carolina Panthers and the Las Vegas Raiders. This game is in Las Vegas, and this line actually has been interesting. I'm going to let you guess, Tyington. What do you think the line for this game is going to be?
I think from what I see here, the line is Raiders by 5.5.
It actually went down to 5. And Hard Rock is actually 5 too. But here's the thing about this game that I've been keeping an eye on. Guess what the line originally was for this game? 9.5 point favorites. Now the Panthers have made it down to 5.
Hey, down to 5.
9.5 down to 5. A lot of people are taking the Panthers in this game. But yeah, Dashy, I agree with you. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. This is a trap. This is my trap game of the week.
Yeah, hear the words of Akbar. It's trap.
Before we get into the actual analytics, Tiny Tim, who's announcing this game?
Oh, you're going to love this. Calling this game is going to be Spiro Ditas and Adam Archuleta.
Miraculous, wonderful, spectacular, miraculous, absolutely wonderful. Davante Adams with a good catch. And I'm not sure.
I know that Alex is probably getting a kick out of watching us right now.
Oh, he is. He absolutely is. Oh, my goodness. He absolutely is. And this is a very young series, though. The referee for the Panthers and the Raiders is Bill Vinovich. And the lowest ticketed price is going to be $190. Surprise for Las Vegas. That's actually really low. But this is actually Alex's lock of the week.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
I agree on that one, Alex. 11 out of 10 for Tim. For that impression. He has 24-10 over the Panthers. No matter the benching, he still has the Raiders to win this game. But Raiders. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and star that and put that on here. 11 out of 10. I absolutely agree.
Alex, thanks, bro.
Here's the thing about that vampire, Luke. I don't think that Bryce Young is the young next Jamarcus Russell. Because here's the thing: Jamarcus Russell was 6'5", 250 pounds, and he had insane arm talent. Bryce Young is literally what Jamarcus Russell eats for lunch. He's 5'10", 185 pounds. Minshew mania, brother. Yep. But still,
Yeah.
would have been my lock if Young had been up in bench. I understand that point, but my Buccaneers were obviously locked for me. But this game, I'm gonna go ahead and go first in this one. The Las Vegas do bring this series 4-3, and the Carolina Panthers, they have not done well in Oakland. Their last time they won they've only won once in Oakland, and that was when they were in Oakland. They won 17-6 in 2008. But otherwise, they've been getting crushed. The last two times they played in Oakland, they've been outscored by a combined. They've been outscored by a combined. It was 35. Oakland has put 35 and 52 points in both of their wins, while the Panthers put up a combined. Let's look at here: 32 and 41 points. Other than that 32-35 game in 2016, where both defenses were absolutely terrible, they've been pretty bad in Oakland. But now they actually played Las Vegas, where Las Vegas, they just got such a great win over the Baltimore Ravens. They have so much confidence. Dude, I was just going to get to that CA Cougar. The Raiders upsetting the Ravens, probably one of the biggest upsets of the year so far, and it's not going to be the last. Now they're going to play Carolina. I think Carolina, unfortunately, the move is right to go with Bryce Young. I actually work with somebody who is a Carolina Panthers fan from that area. So he told me getting Andy Dalton was the right move, but they're still in for a world of trouble. Playing in Las Vegas is not going to be easy for them. I think that they will make it closer than people think. This is actually my point spread game of the week. Not only my trap game, but it's also my point spread game of the week. I think that the Panthers keep it close, and I think they come out and play well. But I think the Raiders get the win overall. I'm going to take the Raiders to get the win, but I think the Panthers will keep it close. My final score is going to be Panthers. I'm going to go Panthers 24, Raiders 27. Give me the Raiders to get the win in this one. And I think Devontae Adams over anytime touchdown is the right pick to make, because Devontae Adams, let's be honest, is going to have a great game against the Panthers overall. So definitely taking Devontae Adams to get that touchdown over the Carolina Panthers, and I think they will get the job done. I think that the big thing here is Panthers just don't have the secondary to cover Adams. Adams had a great game going against the Baltimore Ravens secondary. He's going to eat that Panthers secondary up for lunch. Tiny Tim, what do you have to say for this game?
Not much to add on that. You pretty much said everything that I was going to say. I believe Carolina's going to keep this pretty close. Bryce Young, almost the next Jamarcus Russell. I mean, I can understand the analogy right there. I mean, Jamarcus Russell was a total bust right at the beginning here. But Las Vegas is starting to show a little bit of fire here. So I think the Chargers and the Raiders could make a good case to get a second place in the AFC West. For this game, I'm taking the Raiders over the Panthers by a score of 20-13. I think it might be a close game too.
It will be a close game. I agree. I think this will be a closer game than people think, though. And yeah, I don't think Alex does have a Raiders sound. Unfortunately, he does not have one, unfortunately. But the next game, oh boy. Next game is Alex's game. Unfortunately, he's not here, but it's the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is in Seattle. Miami and Seattle. Seattle, from what I see here, is a 4.5-point favorite on both sites. Yep, they're both on both sites. Who is announcing this game?
Well, Alex says every time these two guys call the game, the Dolphins win. It's going to be Kevin Harlan and Trent Green.
Wow, Kevin Harlan, Trent Green. All right. I don't know if Alex is saying Bucks to Trent, but let's see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Referee for the game is going to be Land Clark. Land, the man who loves land. And the lowest ticketed price, $171.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Kevin Harlan is calling the game, Alex unfortunately thinks this is a loss. Final score: Seahawks over the Dolphins, 31-17. That's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
hey.
We were talking about this last night on Fantasy Football Pick'em. All right.
Fantasy football. Pick 'em. Wait a minute. You combined Fantasy Football Fever and Pancake Pick'ems to one show. I didn't know you combined shows together.
And I think I was kind of flashback into the time when we came on this show last year.
That's
So,
right. I
yeah,
remember that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But as I was saying, we were talking about this last night on Fantasy Football Fever, which
There we
is
go.
Tuesday nights, 10:45 Eastern, 9:45 Central on TJM 3774. We were bringing up the question: should Tua go ahead and retire?
Yeah, he needs to.
For long-term effects of concussions, it can be really brutal. So you got to think of long-term health. I would suggest that Tua just hangs it up. And I mean, I know it's kind of hard for a guy because he just started in this league like 2-3 years ago.
Yep.
And he's like 4 or 5 concussions in the last few years. I mean, that's just way
Concussions
too
in 2
many.
years.
That's just way too many, my friends. So they got Skylar Thompson going to be starting for the Dolphins, I believe. I mean,
Yep.
that's Smith and yeah. I hate to say this too, but I believe Seattle's going to have a field day with those Dolphins. I'm taking Seattle over Miami 27-13, but prayers for Tua.
Prayers for Tua. But unfortunately, Tiny Tim, though, I do have think for your moment there for combining two shows is sorry, I had to do it.
Okay.
That was like
that.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, dude. I'm just messing with you. We're having fun on this show. We get to have fun on this show. But Miami and Seattle, though, one thing that's not funny is concussions. Concussions are never funny, and I really do hope that Tua, I get it. You want to play, but you got to think of your family first. If you get another concussion, it could lead to paralysis. Let's be honest here. Or you could end up like what happened with Mike Webster, one of the original CTE patient, Mike Webster. Because Mike Webster, how many concussions did he have in his career? He had a ton of undocumented concussions in his career, and he turned out for the worst. He threatened to do horrible things to his family, to other people, and it's not a laughing matter at the end of the day.
Right.
So Tua, I really think that you should rethink your decision. I think you should. I don't see him coming back until the second half of the season. Until then, I just don't see how the Dolphins are going to win this game. I think the Dolphins, the problem is with the Dolphins, Skylar Thompson, he does have some blips of success. It's just not enough to get the job done at the end of the day. I think that the problem with the Dolphins and the Seahawks matchup is Miami, they just, even though they're having a little bit of a mini bye, it's not a good look for them. Miami has not won in Seattle as well since 2001. So they have had a tough time. They do lead the overall series 10-6, but let's be honest, most of them were when the Seahawks were in the AFC East. I mean, no, sorry, the AFC. Yeah, they were the AFC East, technically. But still. Wait, no, sorry, no. The Seahawks were the AFC West Dolphins played them when the Dolphins were in the AFC East. They were originally in the AFC West. Sorry, I jumbled up my words there, but still.
All right.
Even though Miami leads the overall series, Miami has not won there in 2001. So it's going to be a tough time for Miami to realistically win this game. The Seahawks did struggle a little bit against New England, but I think the Seahawks do rebound well at home. The 12th man is just going to be a tough matchup for them. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, the Dolphins may think that they want this to happen.
Miami wins the game! Miami wins the game!
But in reality, it's going to be...
Son of a bitch, I'm sick of these Dolphins.
Final score, Seattle Seahawks win this game 34-23. This is a high-scoring game. Give me the Seahawks to win over the Dolphins, though. And the last time, I think that I actually do have an interesting bet for this. DK Metcalf over 0.5 anytime touchdowns. Or, if you could find this as well, DK Metcalf over 4.5 receptions. Those two I would take because I think DK Metcalf is going to have an absolutely fantastic game. But, sorry, Tiny Tim. Sorry, Johnster. I jumble on my words. Not end of the world. But, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. Give me the Seahawks to win this game. Final score, 34-20. 34-23. Give me the Seahawks. I think they get the job done at home. That 12th man is going to make those Dolphins fans question where they went.
Right.
Next game on the list, Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals. This game is in Arizona. And from what I'm seeing right here on the Hard Rock app, Detroit is a 3-point favorite on both of them. And
that's right.
Game is going to be Brad Rogers. Lowest ticketed price is going to be $69. Nice. And who's announcing this game?
Calling the game for Fox Sports will be Chris Myers and Mark Schlereth.
Didn't Mark Schlereth used to play for the Cardinals at one point? I thought he did. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know Mark Schlereth used to play in the NFL, but I just wasn't sure if the Cardinals
He did play, but I don't know. I see this. I see this probably one of the most intriguing matchups here. It's got it could be. I guess you could call this a sleeper game.
It is definitely a sleeper game, 100%.
Yeah, because you're going to have two good quarterbacks going up against each other with two great offenses. I don't see a total high scoring game. Dashy says Lions 24-22. I'm kind of almost in that neighborhood, Dashy. Arizona's okay, but I think Detroit is just a little bit better. So I'm going to take the Lions over the Cardinals by 30-23. But yeah, a sleeper game. It's going to be very interesting.
My thing with this game is going to be pretty close. I think that both offenses will put up a lot of points. Unlike you, I think the both offenses will put up a lot of points. I think that the Detroit Lions, they realistically need to perform well on offense. They've only put up a combined 42 points on offense in the first two games, which is underwhelming for their standards. But Arizona's defense, realistically, I think that they completely blew out Los Angeles, and I don't think it was competitive. But letting up 34 against Buffalo, that shows what their defense truly is. I think the only reason why Arizona's defensive stats were blown up was because of that game, only allowing 10 to the Rams. But let's be honest, the Rams were completely inconsistent, and they were just injury-prone to hell. I'm going to go ahead and take the Detroit Lions to win this game. They do lead their overall series as well. And Arizona, and the last time the Cardinals won against Detroit was in 2014. And I think the Arizona Cardinals will be good, but I think the Arizona Cardinals will make it close. This is going to be a back and forth game. I'm not buying realistic in Arizona. Kyle Murray will be have his head in the game because Call of Duty has not come out yet, but give me the Detroit Lions to win this game. Final score, I think they just cover the points. It's going to be 3 points. late field goal to win it. Final by Jake Bates. Final score 34-31. But my best bet is over 47 total points. And if the Arizona Cardinals at the end of the day, after they lose that field goal, but lose that game, will be like this.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next up. Oh, boy. This game's going to be good. Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. Tiny Tim, this is your game. This is in Jerry World. And from what I'm seeing right here, Alex just sent me this. Actually, before I go to the lowest ticket price, Ravens are actually a 1-point favorite.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And lowest ticket price is only $51.
Wow.
That's surprising to say the least for me. Referee for the Ravens and Cowboys is Ron Torbert. And Tiny Tim, who is announcing this game?
For the third week in a row, the Cowboys game going to be called by the A team of Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady on Fox.
That's right.
So we know the rules. We're going to save me for last.
Absolutely.
So go ahead, get yours, get Alex's.
Let's go ahead and do this. So, with that being said, the Ravens have never played the playoffs after starting the season 0-2 in their franchise history. Thank you for that stat, Dashy. The Ravens have never made the playoffs after starting 0-2. Oh, boy.
Wow.
That is actually good to know because that actually helps me out a little bit. Alex has Ravens over Cowboys 27-24. But this series, it shows two things. The Ravens do lead this overall series 5-1. And Cowboys did get their only win against the Ravens in Jerry World 2016 in Dak Prescott's rookie season. And this game will come down to realistically which team performs the best. I don't think the Cowboys realistically got exposed. I think they just let everyone down. But this is a perfect rebound spot for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are a really competitive team. The Baltimore Ravens, I think that loss against the Raiders is going to hurt them for a while coming. I don't see how many teams come back from a loss like that. And I told people that the Ravens defense was not going to look as good compared to in the past because the Ravens losing Mike McDonald and Patrick Queen in the offseason, it's going to hurt them a lot. And I told people this constantly. And my thing is the Ravens just don't have that same kind of mentality. I just don't think they have the same kind of grit that they had beforehand. And the problem with the Ravens is I just don't see them as a consistent threat like I did last year. Sure, they held the Chiefs to a great game, but history is not going to strike again. Sound the alarm! Ravens start 0-3 for the first time in a long time. Give me those Dallas Cowboys to get the win and put the Ravens as the bottom of the AFC North. Final score, Cowboys 30, Ravens 27. Braden Aubrey, game-winning field goal to walk it off in Dallas. Dak's only win, the Cowboys' only win against the Ravens in history was with Dak Prescott his rookie year against the Ravens. They do it again in Jerry World. Cowboys win this one. You heard what I had to say. You heard what Alex had to say in his pick. Tiny Tim. Gah!
This is going to be another rough game for the Cowboys. I mean, like I said, the Cowboys dominated the Cleveland Browns. But then the Cowboys got dominated by the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they could not stop Alvin Kamara. But now We got the Ravens coming into town. 5-1. The Ravens have the better the upper hand on this record. They haven't played each other much, but it's still kind of weird that the Ravens are 0-2. I mean, you would think with some talent like that, with a defense like that, it'd be better than that. But of course, Cowboys have a great defense, even though they got basically sliced and diced by New Orleans last week. I think this is going to be a pickup game or a comeback game for the defense. Micah Parsons, he's got to show up. I mean, it seems like he's getting like 1 or 2 sacks a week. He's getting he's very well defended. The offensive line for the Cowboys with those 2 rookies, they kind of had their problems last week, but I think they can pick it up again this week. So I'm just looking at some numbers here and seeing who is my favorite matchups to watch right now. Probably CeeDee Lamb versus Isaiah Likely. CeeDee, of course, had an awesome season last year. Isaiah Likely is becoming one of the best tight ends in the AFC. But in the end, I'm going to say the Cowboys will drop the Ravens to 0-3, which of course makes every Steeler fan, including my good friend LC, very, very happy.
Yes, it does.
Give me the Cowboys 23. Oh, but I will say the Ravens will make them work for it. And I think that Brandon Aubrey will kick another 50-plus yard field goal because that's all he does. Give me the Cowboys over the Ravens, 23-21. Give me some glory hole.
Oh, absolutely. I got to give you that glory. And not only that, I will make sure you get that. And I'll also get you some Cowboys as well, Jimmy as well.
Yeah.
I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
Not only that, I just got to find it right here.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
And there you go.
All right.
Oh, be quiet, bias. Yes. Yes, and thank you, Pepper. Cowboys are the pick of damn straight. Steelers fans pick it against the Ratbirds. 100%. Thank you, Pepper. Appreciate that. Next game on the list. Oh, boy. This one's going to get ugly. You know, to be honest with you, as much as I haven't done this all week, out of the games this week, I realistically had to pick. This was between Cleveland and New York in this game. This is.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen.
There's a reason why I'm picking this as my hell knock game of the week. It is the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. But it's not for what you guys think. This is San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And this would, if Urinary Tree had a sound effect as well, this would be known as the Injury Bowl. 49ers and Ravens. This game is in this game is in Los Angeles. And what I'm seeing right here, the 49ers are 7-point favorites. The referee for the game is going to be Alex's favorite.
Cleats.
Oh, cleats. And the lowest ticketed price for the Rams and the 49ers is going to be $189. Only reason why I have this game as a hell knock game of the week, because this game is going to be over at halftime. I'm just going in and saying this right now. If it wasn't for the Buccaneers-Broncos game, this would have been my lock. If I had to do another lock, this would be my lock. You know what? Because I'm the host, screw it. I'm going to do another lock. I'm making the 49ers my second lock of the week. I'm doing a double lock, baby. Let's go. Double lock.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Double lock, baby. 49ers crushed the Rams. From one friend who's a Rams fan, who told me to pick the 49ers. I 100% agree. 49ers win this game convincingly. Final score 49ers 27, Rams 10. Give me the Niners to get this one done. They just lost a heartbreaker against the Vikings, and now they go play on the road against the Rams. Niners get this one done. This game's over at halftime. I say this game is going to be at least 17-0 at halftime. Rams put on a garbage time touchdown later. Rams get a garbage time touchdown, but it doesn't matter. Niners win this one easily. Final score: Niners 27, Rams 10. And Alex also has the 49ers over the Rams 31-21. What do you have to say about this tonight, Tim?
Well, for first of all, I do not see the team that's going to be calling this game on Fox.
We don't have one? Wait a minute, we don't have an announcing team for this game?
I don't see one listed. I'm looking at SI.com, and I don't. It doesn't have this one listed for some reason.
What? They don't have one.
It's weird. Listed? It's weird.
That is really weird.
It's probably because it's going to be a slaughter. I mean, not only do you got Puka Nacua out, but now you got Cooper Kupp out, the two best receivers on that Rams team. And, of course, the 49ers have their problems, but they're going to handle their business no problem. I'm calling an audible on this one. Last night on Fantasy Football Fever, I said that the 49ers would win 30-20. No, it's going to be a little bit worse than that. It's going to be 30-10. 30-10.
I love it.
It is.
I love it.
It's going to be terrible. I mean, especially with all these injuries that both teams have, but I don't think the 49ers are going to have that much of a problem.
Oh, absolutely not. Jordan, my overall favorite prop is Jordan Mason over 0.5 anytime touchdowns. If you have another one that you want to pick up as well, I would say the also would be an underrated one they would probably get. Brandon Ayuk over 64.5 receiving yards. I think this is the Brandon Ayuk show. I think he finally comes out and gets this big win here. I mean, has a big game against the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr. just completely cooked the Rams secondary last week. Brandon Ayuk's going to do it this week. This finally is. Oh, be quiet. I am going to get a lock next week. Stop it. But anyways, I think Brandon Ayuk, they just paid him all this money. I think this is his breakout game. He's going to have over 120 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Absolutely see it, I 100% agree. We're all in Niners. Let's go ahead and go into the final 3 games of the week. And on Sunday Night Football, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. This game is in Atlanta, the Falcons' second home game after Week 1 Steelers game. And with that being said, the Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite on both the Hard Rock and Yahoo Sports app. And you're out and Tiny Tim, we already know the answer, but you go ahead and say who the announcers are for this game.
Well, of course, it's on NBC and Peacock, so you got Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth.
Yes, it is. Lowest ticketed price for the Chiefs and Falcons is $205, which I honestly expected. And the referee for this game is Tra Blake. Alex has the Chiefs over the Falcons 34-24. Impressive for that one. I'll go first on this one. Okay. The Mylanta Turkeys somehow got a win over the Eagles last week in a complete upset. But let's be honest here. The Kansas City Chiefs have been realistically they really did not look good. Patrick Mahomes had his worst statistical game in his career. I think of one of the worst games of his career last week. And now the Chiefs, the last time they played the Falcons, they won that close game 29-28 when Alex Smith was still a quarterback. That was a really good game, and it was a back-and-forth game. And I see something similar to that game happening 8 years later. I think the Atlanta Falcons will cover this game. I think that the Chiefs will have a good chance of playing spoiler here. But the problem is, though, the Chiefs just don't have much going on without Isaiah Pacheco now. Your lead running back is going to be Carson Steele, the first round. The running back they drafted. He wasn't. He was like a late round pick. But Carson Steele's now your main running back. Is Samaje Perine's the backup, and I think the Chiefs are going to have to get 100% creative for this game, not having Pacheco in the lineup. And I actually worked with somebody that's a Chiefs fan, and they told me that the Chiefs, their pretty much offense was being led by Pacheco was the main focal point of the offense to complement Patrick Mahomes. Not having that complement is going to hurt things. I think the Falcons will keep this close because remember, last year when the Chiefs and Jets played on Sunday Night Football and everyone thought the Chiefs were going to blow out the Jets, the Jets made it a game. I think something similar is going to happen here. Mahomes only threw for about 150 yards last week. He had a terrible game, actually, from what I remember. But I think the Falcons will keep it close, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs will get the win. And I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will get the job done. I think Patrick Mahomes gets the job done at the end of the day. I think this will be a good game, but I think that the Chiefs will get this one in. I think that they will win, but I think this game will be a lot closer than people think. My final score is going to be Kansas City Chiefs 27, Falcons 24. Give me the Chiefs to win. And last time they played, it was a 17-14 game where Patrick Mahomes really did not have a good game either. Mahomes only threw 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So honestly, I could see that kind of game going here. I think this will be a back and forth game. And if I had to really pick a prop that I like, it's going to be an interesting one. Xavier Worthy over 0.5 anytime touchdowns and Patrick Mahomes over 24.5 completions. So
I like those bets.
I like those two. Xavier Worthy, I think they're going to use him as the same role as like a DeMarcus Robinson or like a hybrid running back / receiver play. They're going to use him now that Pacheco's not in there and Carson Steele's now your main back. They're going to have to go a lot of running options though. I think Patrick Mahomes won't throw as deep. I think it's going to be a lot closer game. But give me the Kansas City Chiefs to win though. I think they get to the job, John.
All right, now before I get to this, I did do a little research here, and I did find the Fox broadcasting team for the 49ers and the Rams.
Ooh, okay.
It's going to be Adam Amin and Mark Dirty Butt Fumble Sanchez.
The butt fumble.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to this one here, the Sunday night game. I can see Xavier Worthy breaking out in this one. Because I think he is due for a very big game. Xavier Worthy from Texas. Hook 'em horns. And by the way, I mentioned this last night on Fantasy Football Fever. Yesterday, Patrick Mahomes turned 29 years old.
He did. That's right.
Yeah. So happy late birthday again to Patrick Mahomes. And I think he's going to have a good game here. So it's going to be it's going to be Xavier Worthy, the wide receiver from Texas, going up against Bijan Robinson, the running back from Texas. This is going to be a very interesting contest right here. So this guy Steele's going to be the running back now. So, yeah, I would have to agree with you that Mahomes is going to have to throw it through the air a few times. Of course, you got to guarantee Travis Kelce a touchdown. I mean, that's got to be a bet on that one. I say the Chiefs are going to take this one. Falcons will probably get maybe a garbage time touchdown or garbage time field goal. But in the end, give it the Chiefs over the Falcons. 31-24.
I like that. I know. For me, if I think what they're going to do keep these games competitive, is like the first few games are like all the games so far on NBC have been very competitive, And I know after this game, what I'm thinking after this game is if I think it's going to play how it's going to play, I'm going to be like this.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to be after this game. And yes, I had to do that. I make sure I got that in there because I wanted to, but I wanted to get that. I wanted to include that in someone because that was a funny one. I wanted to get that included somehow. And let's go to the Monday Night Football games. First one is
doubleheader.
That's right. We got a doubleheader. 2 weeks in a row, we got a doubleheader. Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. This game is in Buffalo, from what I'm seeing right here on both Yahoo Sports and on the Hard Rock app. The Bills are 5-point favorites. Actually, no, Buffalo is actually a 5.5 on Yahoo and 5 on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
And who is announcing this game? Because there are two crews from Monday Night Football. Who's got this one, Tiny Tim?
This one is going to be covered by Chris Fowler, Louis Riddick, and Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting trio. I like that trio. And let me take a look. Oh, and someone forgot to mention the series. Chiefs lead the overall series against the Falcons 7-3. And for the Jaguars and the Bills, the referee is going to be Sean Smith. And the lowest ticketed price for this game is $104. Alex has the Bills over the Jaguars 28-17. And I'll actually go first on this one real quick. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, I also work with somebody that's a Jaguars fan. The first 2 weeks have been rough. Let's be honest with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've been playing they have not been playing like themselves, and they're now 0-2, looking at 0-3. The Buffalo Bills, they did lose to Jacksonville last year in Buffalo. Actually, no, that was in London. So Buffalo did play Jacksonville last year, but Jacksonville won in London. But now Buffalo has that in the back of their mind going back to Buffalo. Because last time they played in Buffalo was in 2018, and they kept that close. That was a pretty competitive game with Blake Bortles, and I'm trying to remember who it was for the. Oh, Josh! It was Josh Allen. It was Josh Allen and Blake Bortles. So it was very competitive back then. But now, this will be a competitive game. Like, unfortunately, maybe people think, "Oh, this is gonna be a competitive game." It's not. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars at the end of this game will be saying,
"Why?"
After their performance. Get me the Bills over the Jaguars. Bills lead Jaguars, even though Jaguars lead the overall series 10-9. Bills will tie it up and get the win here. My final score is going to be Bills 31, Jacksonville 13. Give me the Buffalo Bills. And I'll wait till you're done, Tiny Tim, before we go ahead and play that clip.
Because I think I know why. Because we are all on the same page. I'm going to make this unanimous. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. Trevor Lawrence is going to get a little bit roughed up here. I think Josh Allen has a chance to right the ship now. He's cutting down all those interceptions, especially in the red zone, which he's just been susceptible to do. But I am going to take the Bills over the Jaguars, 31-21. And now it's the Bills.
Yeah, we got to do this now.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo all the way this time.
One more for good effect. Sorry.
No, it's the Bills. Buffalo all the way this time.
I had to do it because nobody circles the wagons like those Buffalo Bills.
That's right.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. And my best bet is going to be over 33.5 passing attempts and James Cook over anytime touchdowns.
All right. I think we got one more.
We got one more game, and that is the final game of the week, and that is the Washington Redskins against the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is going to be in Cincinnati, and let me go ahead and pull up my tracking thing here. The Bengals are 7.5-point favorites on both a hard. Let me see, on Hard Rock, they're 7.5-point favorites on the Yahoo Sports. It's the same thing, so they're both 7.5 either way. And you know the other crew for this one, Tiny Tim, so go ahead and say it.
Yep, that's going to be Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, a.k.a. Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. We all know that. And lowest ticketed price is $111. The referee for the game is going to be Brad Allen. And man, this will be interesting. But the Bengals. Bengals are 0-2. Washington barely won against the Giants' incompetent coaching staff. Washington has one of the worst defenses still. He allowed 3 touchdowns to the Giants of all teams. And the Joe Burrow needs this win more than anything else. And when they did win when they got one of their wins, it was on Monday night against the Rams. They needed a win badly, and they got the job done. And I think they get the job done again. My final score is going to be Cincinnati 27. Actually, no, 37-20. I think the Washington Redskins will get a garbage time touchdown. But I think Jamar Chase finally has a breakout game. Mike Evans did. Malik Neighbors did. It's time for Jamar Chase to have a breakout game, and I think he gets a breakout game here with an anytime touchdown. My final score is going to be the Bengals win this game 37-20. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. And they will make the Ravens, if everything stands corrected, they'll make the Ravens the last place team in the AFC North, which no one has happened. And the last time Washington beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati was in 1991. And you know what's crazy is this series is actually tied. This series is tied at 5-5-1.
Damn.
But we have a tied series, and we have not had that actually on Pain Game Pick'em in a long time. But this series is tied.
Oh, last time 1991. Wow. That is amazing. But I can
The last time I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last time I can see Joe Burrow they're just kicking themselves after committing that pass interference call, which pretty much gave the game to Kansas City last week. So
yeah, that was rough.
They were stinging this one. Yes, Dashy, I agree. Commanders are losing this game because Bengals are going to come in fighting mad. I think Jamar Chase is going to have himself a great game. I'm going to take the Bengals over the Commanders 31-23.
There you go. I love it, man. And to end things off, we got our host, Alex, who is not here, unfortunately, today. He's in the Queen City. Actually, it's crazy that he's in the Queen City and he'll be leaving before the Monday night game. He actually has 30-24.
All right.
So that is it, guys. That's all our picks for week number 3. If you guys want to, let us know your picks in the comments below. I am so grateful to have all you guys join in the show. Jack Bros, the Vampire Luke, Pepper, Dashy Sports, John Stersky, A Cougar, Joshua Cook. Let me see who else was in there. We also had a few other people in there, and I don't know if I'll get to everyone, but we'll have Samantha Williams. We have many other people who joined throughout the show. Thank you to everyone who watched the show, especially without our host with the most, Apizzle90 here. Unfortunately, he's on vacation, enjoying himself in the Queen City. But hey, I think I did a good enough job as the co-host for the show. It's been a long time since I hosted a show and Pain Game.
Yes, it is.
I
think it was way before I came along.
That's right. It was before you were on. It was me, Romy, Luke Newcomb, Steve K, and I think Gary was on there. But yeah, thank you guys all for joining us today. If you have not joined the Alexander Apizzle90 Discord. Check it out. It is a super happy fun time. It's in the description. Go ahead and join that. If you want to get into Hard Rock app, so we both earn money at the same time, check out my hard message directly on Discord or on Facebook. I will link you a reference. You have to be in a state that allows a Hard Rock app. If not, there are other alternatives as well. Prize Picks is another one as well. I have a referral link for Prize Picks, Underdog, and many others. So check those out. If you want to join those and join on these bets, let me know. I'll share some of my bets from time to time. And with that being said, thank you everyone so very much for watching the show. Thank you everyone. We love having you on here. And Tiny Tim, any other final words before we go ahead and close this one out for the good people?
Don't forget about Fantasy Football Fever every Tuesday night on my channel, TJM3774. 10:45 Eastern, 9:45 Central.
Ooh, I like that. So you gotta check out Fantasy Football Fever. Hell yeah, I like that. And for me, I'm just gonna be on wherever they want me. They're gonna have me. I'm just excited to at least be a part of the show, be a part of wherever everything's going on. I'm happy that I get to be on here. Thank you also very much for watching. Let's go Steelers. Let's get the 3-0. One of only a few teams to get the 3-0. Let's do it, guys. Thank you so very much. It is time for us to end the show and have a great night. With that being said, see you guys next week. And we're out of here. Pain Game Pick'em Crew out.